Hi, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Two Men, One Course podcast. My name is Pete. I'm your host, and Tyler with us right here. We're here. What's up, Tyler and Nimer? What's up, man?
What's up?
It's been a while. How you doing?
I've been better.
Oh, where are you at right now, by the way? Tell everyone.
I'm still in Indianapolis. I have moved, but I'm still in city limits.
Okay, cool. So we have a hurricane. Was it past month? Well, I went back to India now. We didn't get to see each other somehow. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so we're back in New Orleans. And get started with the lab. This is going to be the first lab that everyone's going to get to do it. All right. So again, just like every other podcast, before we get to the detail, let's talk about the sponsor of our podcast. So this episode is sponsored by M&M. They are colorful, they are funny, and they are delicious. Have you watched Schitt's Creek by any chance?
Big fan.
Right.
Bigger fan of the M&Ms.
Yep.
And but Schitt's Creek is also good.
Yeah. I think this is Super Bowl. I'm not so sure. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It looks like a soccer pitch.
Soccer pitch. What about this on the left side? I don't know.
That's a restroom.
What's reference? Kids kill. Okay, all right, let's get started. So what are we doing in lab number one? So this lab is gonna be kind of fun. Oh, no, this is not lab one, this is lab two, never mind. This is gonna be kind of fun because you get to do different kind of reaction at the very beginning. So in part, there are 4 parts total. The first part will be you do the reaction between copper and sulfur. So put them together, you heat it up, and you have to observe it, what's going on, what changed, weigh the product, calculate the mole ratio between copper and sulfur, and then predict the product and balance equation. Okay, you're gonna mix these two in a crucible. That's the perfect size that you're gonna use for heating up, and you're gonna put that on the triangle, look like that, and set it up like that. Okay, one thing that you have to keep in mind that right here, crucible is like glass, so most of crucible is made of silicon dioxide, and so structure looks something like this. And you can imagine sand can be wet, right? When sand is wet, so water can get inside the molecule. Basically, even a dry crucible, but water molecules get trapped in it, and when you weigh it, you get different number, right? So to get rid of this water, and so you can measure it correctly. So you have to heat it up and just drive off the water. Look something like that. Okay, so that's what you have to do. And in the lab handout, you're gonna see the I use the word gentle heating and vigorous heating. So make sure you know what do you do. So the gentle heating, just the flame without the core, right? And the vigorous heating, so you adjust the gas valve. You're gonna see the core inside, which is really, really hot. The outside is about 600 degrees C, but the inside is over 1,000 degrees C. Okay, all right, that's part one. Just do reaction and yep, just calculate the product. In part two, this one is fun. We play with fire. We call it decomposition of potassium chlorate. So you're gonna get the compound. You put in a big test tube like that, and then you just heat it up with a Bunsen burner. Okay, potassium chlorate produces large amount of oxygen. So if you look at the structure, there's 3 oxygen atoms in it, right? But a large amount of it produces a lot of oxygen. You're gonna test the evolution of oxygen by using a burning wooden splint. When I say burning, it's not like a flame burning like that. It's just like a kind of glowing, look like that, glowing wooden splint. You stick it into the potassium chlorate that you've been burning, right? And you should light the wooden splint. That's how you test the oxygen. Okay, potassium chlorate produces large amount of oxygen. So the application is they use as the oxygen candle. And so for use as an emergency, in any case that require oxygen gas, for example, in mines or in submarine. All right, that's the part two. Now go on to part three. Oh, this one also fun. So you have 4 metals, 5 solution. You're gonna mix and match, adding metal to the solution. You know, and just observe, right? Just do a look at the handout, the lab procedure. What do you have to do? How do you mix them? Okay. One thing I have to tell you, so be careful about contamination because we use all pretty much the same chemical, the same bottle. In each solution, each solution will have their own graduate cylinder. So don't mix them up. When things get mixed up, then when you get a weird result. Okay, so watch out for that. Look for the sign of reaction. And I'm sure you know from the lecture what sign of reaction you're looking for. And lastly, part 4. This one is just precipitation reaction. You will have 4 solution, and you just mix and match them. So ammonium carbonate mixed with calcium chloride, and you observe what happened. Ammonium carbonate, same thing, react with potassium sulfate and see what happened. Same thing with barium nitrate down here, react with calcium chloride and then potassium sulfate. Look for something like precipitation like that. Okay. What we expect from you is if you see a precipitation, you should be able to write a molecular equation and then a net ionic equation. So the TA will grade you on that. All right, that's pretty much it. Now let's talk safety real quick. So safety is our first priority. You will be dealing with a dilute solution of hydrochloric acid, not a concentrated one, but still, you still have to be careful. Now, let's ask some of our co-hosts real quick. So, Tyler, when an acid gets to your eyes, what do you have to do?
Rub it in.
Rub it in. No. First of all, you don't take your shirt off. No, you don't need to.
Problem solved.
No, you don't do that. You wash your eyes. Go to the what's it called, an eye wash station, and then wash your eyes like that.
So, I love how you just leave the guy on the screen taking off the shirt. You know, there's people out there like, yeah, this is the slide that I love. Let's stay on this slide for a while.
Let's stay on this slide. Anyway, so do you know how long do you have to stay, like rinse off your eyes for at the least?
Well, it depends on the chemical.
Yeah, let's say a dilute hydrochloric acid.
20 seconds.
Actually, no. You stay there for about 15 minutes at the least.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes. So if some of you
not worth it, just take your shirt off.
Take a shirt off here. If some of you look at the MSDS of hydrochloric acid, the first aid, they will say that at least 15 minutes rinse off your eyes. Okay, and do not, if you have an acid get to your eye, don't rub it in, don't touch your eyes at all. Otherwise, you just spread out the hydrochloric acid into your eyes. Okay, and for some of you, don't be smart adding a base to cancel effect of an acid. No, you don't want to use your eyeball as a reaction flask. Don't do that. Don't add anything else to your eyes. Just rinse it off. Okay. In the lab, so no eating, no even chewing gum. So please be careful. So you never know, any chemical can spill, can even in the air can get into the container. You have no idea, and you drink or you consume it, and that's just a hazard. All right. So once you get to the lab, just like wear personal protective equipment, just like that. There we go. Just kidding. Just set the goggles and a lab coat. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much about our podcast. Let's talk about the fun segment of our podcast real quick. So this one, let's talk about new podcast segment. So we call Well, That Took a Turn. Let's take a look at the text messages. Are you ready, Tyler?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we gotta go. So
Hey.
Let's say, babe, talk about to bed. So I know it's still in the morning, but I just want to say I love you, babe. Hello. If you text me once more, I will kill you. It's 2 in the morning. Of course, I'm not gonna text you back. Oh, and I love you too. Smiley face.
I think this was taken from your own phone.
The what?
I think this was taken from your own phone.
No, it's not. That's not my own phone. No.
Okay. I'm skeptical.
This one with your mom.
With my mom? You're talking to my mom?
No. Someone else's mom.
I don't know if we have you.
Let's take a look. How make chicken? What? Where buy chicken? Mom, this isn't Google. Avocado. I don't know what happened. All right, next one. Oh, next one. Now talk to your grandma. All right, let's start with grandma. Dear, when you get home, please set out the lasagna from the fridge. Graham, you texted the wrong person. This isn't grandpa. Oh, I'm sorry, sweet pea. Have a nice day. Dear, when you get home, please set out the lasagna from the fridge. Grandma, it's still me. Dear, when you get home, please set out the lasagna from the fridge. Oops, silly potato.
What in the world?
Well, it's kind of fun. Yeah, we have this.
To not give grandma a cell phone.
We will have this every week. All right, lastly, before we go, so let's hand it to Tyler. So this segment of our podcast is called Keep Up with the Name Mayor.
Wow.
All right, go ahead, Tyler. Tell students something. Tell them something.
Whoa, I'm a little bit captivated by these pictures that you found of me. The puka shell necklace is obviously fabulous.
All right, of course.
Gourd, great.
Correct.
Mustache, delicious.
Mustache. I hate your mustache.
I don't know. I mean, I've got no words of wisdom. My words of wisdom come from my own, I guess, experiences. You know, go to class.
Go to class. Okay.
Don't go to class hungover too often. 10% of the time, I think, is okay.
10% of the time, okay. You mean 90% attendance?
90% attendance. Well, I say just go to class hungover. Then you can get 100% attendance, but you just have to suffer through. You know, I remember there was a couple of 8 a.m. classes that I had that became a struggle back in 2015, 14, 15, when I was young and able-bodied.
Able-bodied? a hot body?
Well, hot-bodied, able-bodied.
Oh, no, but that's before CrossFit. You're much hotter now, right?
That's what they tell me.
Oh my God. Hey, but I'm not sure if you guys know. So Tyler was an adjunct, which is mean part-time faculty at Indiana University. And you taught an 8 a.m. class too, right? Or a couple of them?
I was an adjunct and I was a visiting lecturer.
Visiting lecturer. Sorry. Yep, that's right. Visiting.
But yes, I did teach an 8 a.m. class, and I was driving down from Indy too. So I was getting up at 4:45 in the morning, which is normal for you because you just don't sleep. But for myself, it was obscene. Only taught one of those.
How's the student? Anyone show up hangover?
Of course. They were in pajamas.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
Oh, I mean, seriously. What's that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
What did you tell them?
So was I. So.
Oh, well, okay. All right, last question before you go. So, Tyler, are you single?
You spelled my name incorrectly on there, first of all.
Okay, really? Okay,
go back to that. Am I single? Depends who you ask.
Okay, all right, we just close right there. I'll change your last name. Okay, all right. Anything else you want to add?
That's it, man. That's it. That's Tyler's words of wisdom for the day.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, we'll have Tyler back next week and see if he can make the time. All right, that's pretty much, guys. So I'll see you guys next week then, next episode. Goodbye. Peace out.
Sweet.